Welcome to Mindful Moments. Nourish your mind on the go. This audio uses AI narration to present our original book analysis.
Oh, cool.
Today we're diving deep into Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez.
Oh.
You sent this one in, so we know you're curious about this romantic comedy.
Yeah.
And it's got a unique premise.
Right.
Imagine this. Every guy, our main character, Emma, dates, ends up finding their soulmate right after they break up.
Oh, wow.
Talk about bad luck, right?
Yeah. 7 exes in 4 years, all married within 6 months of splitting with Emma.
Really?
It makes you wonder if it's a coincidence, some strange curse,
Oh.
or if there's something more to it.
Okay, so let's unpack this curse. Is it just a running gag, or does Jimenez use it to say something deeper about relationships?
I think it's both.
Oh,
On the surface, it's hilarious and sets up all these awkward encounters and witty banter.
Yeah.
But it also makes us think about why some relationships work while others fizzle out. Is it timing, compatibility, or something else entirely?
Right, because Emma meets Justin online, on Reddit of all places.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
And he's going through the same thing.
Yeah.
Is this where the story starts to shift from funny coincidence to exploring deeper connections?
Absolutely. Their shared experience is what initially draws them together.
Yeah.
They bond over their ex's whirlwind romances, swapping funny stories, and realizing they're not alone in this bizarre dating phenomenon.
So they're connecting online.
Right.
But there's still that whole meeting in person hurdle, right?
Exactly. Jimenez captures that very modern dating anxiety. Emma and her friend Maddie cyberstalk Justin before their first date.
Oh, no.
It's funny but relatable. We've all probably done a little online sleuthing before meeting someone new.
It's like a 21st century version of checking someone's references, but with way more Instagram filters.
Precisely. But things take an unexpected turn with Justin.
What's that?
He suddenly becomes the guardian of his 3 younger siblings when his mom lands in some serious legal trouble.
Oh, yeah, Christine.
Yeah, she's a lot.
She is, but her recklessness throws a wrench into Justin and Emma's potential relationship. It's not exactly the ideal meet the family situation.
Not at all. And it highlights this interesting dynamic. Emma, as a travel nurse, is used to a transient life.
Right.
Is this a choice, a way to avoid deeper connections, or is it shaped by her past?
Because Justin, with his sudden family responsibilities, represents the opposite stability, roots. Emma calls in her docking station, which is such a powerful image. What do you make of that metaphor?
It suggests a yearning for connection, for a safe harbor, amidst the constant movement in her life. It's almost like she's drawn to the stability she's never had.
And that ties back to her childhood, right?
Yeah.
Emma's relationship with her mom, Amber, is, well, complicated is an understatement.
Yeah.
Amber is flighty, irresponsible, and has caused Emma a lot of pain.
It's interesting because Jimenez doesn't make Amber a one-dimensional villain.
Right.
She's flawed, yes, but there's a depth to her character that makes you question her motivations.
Okay.
Is she intentionally cruel or just deeply, tragically self-absorbed?
It's messy, like real life.
Yeah.
And then there's that bombshell. Amber reveals she gave up a baby for adoption years ago.
What?
Emma has a brother she never knew about.
Wow.
Whoa. Talk about a game changer.
Yeah.
So we've got Emma seeking stability while running from commitment.
Right.
Justin grappling with his new family dynamic. And this huge secret about Emma's past just dropped.
It sets the stage for a lot of emotional exploration. How do they cope?
Yeah.
Individually and as a potential couple with all this baggage.
Okay, before we jump into that, I have to ask, what's with the Toilet King?
What?
These billboards are everywhere.
All right.
And they become this running joke between Emma and Justin.
It's such a quirky detail.
Yeah.
But I think it represents more than just humor.
Okay.
It becomes a symbol of their connection, their shared experience in this specific place. Almost like an inside joke that solidifies their bond. It's like those quirky landmarks that become part of your personal history with someone. But speaking of unexpected connections, things get even more tangled when Justin's mom, Christine, shows up at the lake house they're renting.
Oh, geez.
And guess who owns the lake house?
I don't know who.
Justin's boss, Neil.
Wait, what? That's too much of a coincidence, even for a romantic comedy.
Right. But that's classic Abby Jimenez.
Yeah.
She takes these familiar tropes and twists them into hilarious, chaotic situations. And of course, Christine, being Christine, falls head over heels for Neil.
Oh, no.
Completely oblivious to the fact that he's her son's employer.
It's like a Shakespearean comedy of errors, but with more lake views and awkward encounters. But let's circle back to Emma for a minute.
Okay.
We talked about her complicated relationship with her mom.
Yeah.
But how does that tie into her fear of commitment?
It's all about the patterns we learn from her childhood.
Okay.
Emma's spent her life moving from place to place, never putting down roots, mirroring Amber's instability.
Right.
It's like she's subconsciously sabotaging her relationships to avoid the pain of abandonment she experienced as a child.
So that docking station metaphor takes on even deeper meaning.
Yeah.
Justin represents everything Emma craves, but fears stability, consistency, a sense of belonging.
Exactly. And Jimenez does a brilliant job of showing that internal struggle.
Okay.
Emma is drawn to Justin, but she's also terrified of letting herself get too close,
Right.
of risking another heartbreak.
It's that classic push and pull, wanting connection but fearing vulnerability.
Right.
And then just when things are getting complicated enough,
Yeah.
remember that bombshell about Emma having a brother? Well, hold on tight because this is where it gets really intense. Emma starts digging into her family history,
Okay.
makes contact with her brother Daniel, and discovers that Christine's deception runs much deeper than anyone imagined.
Really?
She's been lying to Emma for years about the circumstances of her adoption.
Wow.
The truth is far more painful than Emma could have ever imagined. It's like the rug has been pulled out from under her. This isn't just a family secret. It's a complete betrayal that shatters Emma's world.
Right.
How did this discovery impact her relationship with Justin?
It exacerbates her trust issues.
Yeah.
She's already struggling with commitment,
Right.
and now she's questioning everything she thought she knew about family and love.
Oh, wow.
So she does what she's always done.
Yeah.
She runs.
She disappears from Justin's life, leaving behind a trail of unanswered texts and calls.
Yeah.
It's heartbreaking because you can see how deeply this discovery has affected her.
Right.
But Justin isn't one to give up easily.
No, he's not.
He senses something's wrong and reaches out to Emma's best friend, Maddie, for help.
Oh, God.
Their relationship is a bit strained, to say the least.
Maddie is fiercely protective of Emma
Yeah.
and doesn't hesitate to call Justin out on his behavior. She's that friend who will always tell you the truth, even if it hurts.
Right.
But she also understands the complexities of Emma's past.
And their back and forth is hilarious. Jimenez balances those heavier moments with witty banter, reminding us that even amidst emotional turmoil, there's always room for humor.
Exactly. But back to Christine. Remember that charming lake house owned by Justin's boss? Well, in a moment of utter chaos,
What happened?
she accidentally sets it on fire.
Wait, what? Okay, now I have to ask, how does Jimenez pull this off without it feeling completely ridiculous?
It's all about the tone and the character development.
Okay.
We know Christine is impulsive and often oblivious to the consequences of her actions.
Yeah.
The fire becomes a catalyst for change,
Okay.
forcing her to confront her own issues and ultimately seek help.
So it's not just a random comedic event. It has real implications for the characters and the plot.
Right, and it also creates an opportunity for Emma and Justin to reconnect.
How so?
Remember, Emma is holed up in a hotel room trying to process everything she's learned.
Yeah.
But Maddie, being the amazing friend she is, tracks her down.
Maddie is definitely the MVP of this story. But it's not just Maddie who convinces Emma to come back.
Right.
It's a combination of things. Her own realization that she can't keep running from her past, and a call from Justin's sister Sarah, who's experiencing her first period and needs help.
That phone call is a pivotal moment for Emma.
Okay.
It triggers a shift in her perspective.
Right.
She sees an opportunity to be the supportive figure she never had for someone who desperately needs it.
So it's not just about romantic love. It's about the different forms love can take. Familial love, platonic love, the love between friends.
And that's one of the things I admire about Jimenez's writing.
Yeah.
She creates characters who are complex and flawed, yet capable of immense love and growth.
So does Emma go back to Justin?
She does. She shows up at Justin's house ready to offer her support, not just for him, but for his family.
Wow.
She realizes that she's strong enough to face the challenges and potential heartbreak that come with loving someone who has a complicated life.
It's a powerful moment of growth and self-discovery. She's finally letting go of the fear that's been holding her back and embracing the possibility of a love that's messy and complicated, but ultimately worth fighting for.
It's a huge step for someone who's used to running away, but is staying the easy part? Or is that where the real work begins?
Right, because showing up is one thing.
Yeah.
But actually integrating into Justin's life
Right.
is a whole other challenge.
It is.
Emma's a travel nurse, used to independence and a constantly changing environment.
Right.
Now she's thrust into the world of school lunches, bedtime routines,
Yeah.
and sibling squabbles.
It's a stark contrast.
Yeah.
And Jimenez doesn't shy away from the difficulties.
Yeah.
Emma worries about overstepping boundaries, about not being good enough for Justin or the kids.
Right.
It's relatable,
Yeah.
especially for anyone who's blended families or navigated those early stages of a serious relationship.
And it's not just the practical stuff.
No.
Emma's still wrestling with her own insecurities. Her fear of repeating her mom's patterns.
Right.
There's a scene where she tries to teach Sarah about budgeting. And it becomes this emotional minefield, bringing up all those old wounds.
It shows how deeply ingrained those childhood experiences are.
Yeah.
How they can shape our views on money, relationships,
Right.
even something as simple as making a grocery list.
And Sarah, understandably, is wary of Emma at first.
Yeah.
She's been let down so many times,
Right.
especially by her mom,
Yeah.
that she's built up these walls.
Uh-huh.
It's not easy for her to trust someone new, especially someone who might disappear just like everyone else.
Their relationship is a slow burn, but it's so rewarding to watch it unfold. It's not just about Emma being the good adult figure.
Okay.
It's about them finding common ground, sharing vulnerabilities. Remember that scene with the hair dye?
Oh, yeah. It's funny. A little chaotic,
Mhm.
but it's this turning point for them.
Yeah.
It's like in that moment, they're not stepmom and stepdaughter.
Right.
They're just two people connecting, having fun.
And let's not forget about Brad, Justin's dog.
Oh, right.
He's this grumpy, lovable presence.
Yeah.
And Jimenez uses him brilliantly.
Okay.
He's obsessed with the Toilet King billboards.
I love that.
Which adds this layer of comic relief.
Right.
But he's also incredibly perceptive.
Really?
He senses Emma's anxiety
Wow.
and, in his own way, offers comfort.
It's like he's this furry embodiment of unconditional love, reminding Emma that it's okay to be vulnerable, to let people in.
To let people in. But even with the challenges, the humor, the chaotic family dynamics,
Yeah.
Emma and Justin's love for each other continues to grow.
They support each other through those everyday struggles, those emotional landmines that come with blending families and dealing with past trauma.
Right.
There's a beautiful scene where Emma gets incredibly sick.
Yeah.
And Justin takes care of her without hesitation.
Yeah.
It's not about grand gestures. It's about those small acts of kindness, of simply being there for someone.
Exactly. And in the end, amidst all the chaos and heartwarming moments,
We get this incredibly romantic, totally quirky proposal.
oh, I love it.
Remember the Toilet King?
Uh-huh.
Well, Justin rents out the Toilet King studio, fills it with roses and lights,
Oh, wow.
and proposes in front of a giant billboard that says, "Will you marry me?"
It's so perfect. It's a nod to their shared humor, their journey together, and it
Yeah.
shows how much Justin understands Emma,
Yeah.
even those quirky parts of her personality.
It's a reminder that love isn't about finding someone who's perfect.
Right.
It's about finding someone who sees your imperfections and loves you anyway,
Yeah.
even celebrates them.
So for our listener who sent this in,
Yeah.
what's the takeaway? Is this just a fluffy rom-com, or does Jimenez offer something more?
I think she does both.
Okay.
Just for the Summer is funny, heartwarming,
Mm-hmm.
but it also explores some deeper themes.
Right.
It's about family, belonging,
Yeah.
the courage to confront our past and embrace vulnerability. It shows us that love can blossom in the most unexpected places,
Okay.
even in the shadow of a giant plumbing mascot. It's a reminder that life is messy. Relationships are complicated.
Yeah.
But ultimately, it's about finding those people who make the journey worthwhile.
Right.
The ones who make you laugh, who support you, who help you find your home, whether that's a physical place or simply a feeling.
And if you're looking for a book that will leave you with a smile on your face and a warm feeling in your heart, then Just for the Summer is definitely worth checking out.
We've only scratched the surface here.
Right.
So to experience all the twists, turns, and heartwarming moments firsthand, you'll definitely want to pick up a copy.
Yeah.
And if you want to support the show and help us keep bringing you these deep dives, you can purchase the book using the link in the show notes.
While you're there, be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on our future explorations of captivating stories and thought-provoking discussions.
Until next time, happy reading.